No, not as much.
The previous idea wasn't that great.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
don't know, yeah, I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Soundcheck 1C, soundcheck 1C.
The song.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ms. Tong Ming Hui, Regional Chairperson of AMSA Malaysia, Dr. Arun Kumar, Executive Committee and Delegates. Welcome to the closing ceremony of Malaysia World Health Assembly Simulation 2019.
First, we'd like to invite Ms. Thong Ming Wee, Regional Chairperson of AMSA Malaysia, to say a few words.
Hello. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So you can call me Aries. I'm the regional chairperson for AMSA Malaysia this year. Okay, so I was told there were students from different countries, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, France, and did I miss out anyone? Japan, yeah, so sorry. Okay, Japan. Who else? Okay, so welcome to everyone and congratulations for finishing and completing your journey here for Malaysia World Health Assembly 2019. So a big clap for everyone here. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I would like to proceed a bit introduction about us, AMSA Malaysia. Okay, so AMSA Malaysia is one of the chapter under AMSA International, and then I was aware that there's delegates from AMSA Thailand and also Indonesia. Okay, so from AMSA Malaysia, we have 16 member universities, and these are all our universities, including IMU. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so basic demographic info about us. We are established since 1985, so we are quite a little bit old, not old. We are in our 30s, alright? And then we are registered with ROS, which we are NGO since year 2017. And then that's our ROS number. Our headquarter office currently is now in University Kebangsaan Malaysia Medical Center, Kuala Lumpur. Next. Okay, so the main vision, knowledge, action, friendship. So this is the three main core components for AMSA, and then and the things that we are now working on. So next. So the mission, worthy part. So mainly we work on we are paid representative for medical students, and then we carry out activities focusing on the benefits of our medical students, and also we want to contribute back to our communities by doing health awareness events. And then besides that, we have a student exchange program called AMSAP, Asian Medical Student Exchange Program. And every year we have international conference held by different countries. Last year, we are very privileged to become the host country, which is the AMSI Malaysia 2018. And this year we are going to Singapore for the international conference. Okay, next. So this is our organization chart for this year. So the left-hand side is me, myself, and then the right side is my deputy chairperson, Nicole. Okay, next slide. Okay, so my vice chairperson internal, Mr. Lee, and my vice chairperson external, Mr. Yi Lingxin. And then I have my secretary, treasurer. Okay, next. So these are all my officers. I have my academic officers, my AMSAP officers. Okay, next. My public health officers and also public relation officers. Next, UKM and also AMSA Malaysia. So he's currently the big boss for AMSA International. Okay, next. Okay, so now what we do as the Asian Medical Students Association. Alright, next. Okay, these are all the main activities that we conducted so far and then we'll be conducting soon. Okay, so based on what you see, this is all the academic related activities. We have AMSC, AMSI, we have MMSC, Malaysian Medical Students Conference, which is a national conference held in 2016. So we hopefully will conduct it soon. And then we have Malaysia World Health Assembly, which I think it'll be good if we can conduct it next year again, right? So any of you will be joining next year if we are conducting it? Any of you? Any hands up? Okay, so next year. Okay, right, next slide. Okay, these are all the public health activities we conduct annually. So this is not only the one, so this is the main one. So we have AMSA Health Day, which we have a one-day event conducted by each of the member universities. And then based on one theme that we have held awareness event like health screenings for the public for free. And then for the AMSA community service, it's a 3 days 2 night event. So we go outreach to the rural communities. We go orphanage. We go to the many places lah. Mostly to the rural communities to do health awareness event like practicing safe hand washing and then teaching them on having balanced diets and all. Okay, so next we have, alright, this is our public relations events. Doctor exchange is events we organize for pre-university students, so to expose them for medical field for the pathway, to introduce them for pathway as a medical students and all. So AMSA WeMed itself, we conducted it last year. In December, we had an event which we gathered medical students from all over AMSA Malaysia for a bonding session and ice breakings. Besides, we have a collaboration with National Blood Bank Center every year to celebrate World Health Day. Okay, next. Okay, so besides that, we know that as a medical students, we need to have a very healthy lifestyle. So we encourage medical students to practice, to exercise. So we have this national sports event called Medics Intervarsity Games, in short MyWHA. So since 2016, it was started in 2009, but since 2016 we opened this event to all the universities with medical schools. So we make it very big. So until now, last year 2018, we managed to attract more than 2,000 participants from all around Malaysia. Okay, next one. Alright, besides we have the Asian Medical Students Exchange Program, which we have incoming and outgoing students exchange, which is around 7 days. So students from last year we had China and Taiwan. I think Indonesia as well for student exchange. So we host them for 7 days in Malaysia, and then when we after that we go to their countries for exchange as well. So we have a classroom experience. We have social activities, cultural activities with the delegates from other countries. Okay. So besides that, we have the EAMSAT. So this is with the European countries. Then I think last year we went to the North Island, I think. North Island. Yeah. Okay, next. Alright, so some of the events for AMSA International. So this year we have the EMC Thailand, which just held. And then upcoming one, there's a Junior World Congress by AMSA India. Okay, next. Okay, so in the coming June 30th to 7 July, so we are having this, we are going to participate this MSc in Singapore, Asian Medical Students Conference Singapore, which I guess some of you might be going. So if you are medical students under AMSA, so you are eligible to apply and join this conference. So during this conference, we will have academic competitions where you can present your scientific papers, your white papers, and also, thank you. Okay, and then besides the academics, if you do want to join any academic competition, you can join as a general delegate, which you go for the social, cultural experience over there. Besides, this year they are implementing community service component into this AMSC, so you get to do community service when you join this conference at their country. Okay, next. Okay, this was AMSI Malaysia last year. So these are all the delegates and all the volunteers and medical students from Malaysia and all over the Asia Pacific who joined this conference. Okay, next. Okay, some of the photos. These are photos from the AMSA Indonesia. Okay, next. Okay, these are the academic delegates. Okay, next. Okay, this is one of the delegates from one of the group. So we were divided into 20 groups. So each group we have around 13 to 15 delegates. So from different countries. So they get to mix around with different preppers from different countries. All right, next. Okay, these are all the compilation of photos. Right, next. Okay, so some of the photos from the AMSAT program. Okay, next. Okay, so we bring them around Malaysia, and then when we go over to their country, they will host us for 7 days. Okay, next. Alright, besides these are the pictures for the World Health Day event in collaboration with National Blood Bank Center, where we raise awareness on the importance on donating your blood. Okay, so your blood products get to donate for those patients with hemophilia, patients with primary immunodeficiencies, and so on. Okay, next. Okay, so one of the photos from our MyWHA, our national sports event. Okay, next. Okay, more photos. Okay, next. Okay, so I would like to let you know what our main approaches of AMSA Malaysia for our members this year. Okay, next. Can you see? Is it not so clear? Never mind. Okay, so the first one, the blue circle, can see we are providing travel grant for our delegates this year for those who are going to the AMSC. So we are providing around 20% to 40% travel. We have your profile there, and then we will upload all your activities that you join under AMSA. So wherever you access the profile that you have, so you know what are the activities you have joined so far under AMSA itself, including the AMSA in Malaysia and also AMSA International. But this system is still developing, so we'll let you know soon when we have this ready. So it's an exciting news for the members. Okay, next one, we'll be having more involvement in AMSA International this year. So we sent delegates. Okay, next, we are also supporting our AMSA University by providing sponsorships. So for example, we provide sponsorship for MyWHA this year. Okay, so besides that, we provide funds for other events like AMSA Health Day and etc. Okay, so the next one would be, we are planning for more collaborations with more of the NGOs. So anyone who are interested to collaborate with us, if in any organizations, you can always drop me a message or you can contact me afterwards. Okay? So I guess meanwhile I've talked about. Oh yeah, besides now currently this year we are having this AMSA walkabout, which we are going to all the member university one by one to get to know and engage with all the members, all the AMSA boards in each of the universities to help them and guide them through and provide advices as necessary as possible. Okay, so this is our main approach for this year. Okay, next slide. So some of the upcoming events that you should look forward to. Alright, next. Okay, this is one of our online campaign in collaborations with our media partner, which is called the Dr. Ken Design. They are helping us to raise awareness on the primary immunodeficiency disease. So if you are interested in running events or marathons, so you might want to join this. This is an online virtual run campaign. So starting on 1st April, so to 22nd April, yeah, if not mistaken. Okay, so you can use any of your running apps to record down your running, to track your running. So it ultimately can accumulate until 22 km and submit it to this, according to this website. So you can eligible to get the medals and then the t-shirts and all the e-bits and etc. Okay, for it is open to national, for the locals one and also international participants. Okay, next one. Okay, we are having some of the mental health campaign over Sabah by our AMSA UMS member. And then next. Okay, besides we have a community service, the Hope Project by AMSA UMS, and also we are collaborating with APDSA for a small event. So one of the member university, AMSA Manipal College, will be collaborating with them to do the health screening during this community service. Okay, next. Besides that, we are having this national walkabout in conjunction with World Primary Immunodeficiency Week to raise awareness on primary immunodeficiency. So I'm not sure whether if you have heard of this disease before. So since this disease is quite misdiagnosed, mistreated, and less known to public, so that's why we are currently collaborating with MyWHA, which is a Malaysian patient organization for primary immunodeficiency, to raise awareness on this disease. Okay, so currently involving the universities are the UKM, UPM, UCSI, USM, UMS, TALIS, and MMMC. Okay, so this involves 7 states, and then we will go around Malaysia to distribute brochures, leaflets on the warning signs on how you can recognize a primary immunodeficiency. Okay, okay, next. Here, this is a logo for our AMSA walkabout, which I'm going to all the universities of AMSA to get to know them more. Okay, next. Alright, more upcoming events. So specifically for the academic events, we are having research methodology workshop soon to help to develop potential researchers for the medical students. Okay, besides we are having AMSA Academic Olympics, which we have a one-day event with funny quizzes involving all the biomedical science and medicals related. Yeah. Okay, and then we are collaborating with Malaysian language sign language society to teach students on the sign language. Okay, so there are more events coming on, and another upcoming one is the Medics Intervarsity Games in the December. So please look forward to it. Okay, next. All right. So some of our partners under AMSA Malaysia. Okay, next. So these are all our partners locally. Okay. Next. Okay. We We do have collaboration events with Ministry of Health Malaysia, and also some UNUIGH and the Malaysian the MyWHA, okay, Malaysian Tourism Center, and as well with the WHO and the National Cancer Society. All right, next. Okay, so why should a medical student join this AMSA? It's very subjective. So whether you want to join organization, but by joining an organization, you get to know more, expose more. Then it depends. It's subject to your own preference. But these are all the 10 reasons that you would want to join us. Okay. The first one, socializing, of course. Okay. So by joining this event, you get to know more people, right? Do you get to know friends from this conference? Okay. All right. Next one, networking. All right. Then third one, volunteerism. Volunteerism, we had the community service and help the events, and promote awareness. Just like I mentioned about the primary immunodeficiency, we do raise awareness for different. All right, and then of course, become a change maker to the society as a future healthcare provider. Enrichment to your own self, and some fun experience, of course, during your boring medical schools. So you have something extra for your life, okay? So, okay, next. All right, so if you're free, feel free to like us and follow us on AMSA Malaysia Facebook and Instagram profile. Okay, of course, AMSA IMU, you have your Instagram profile, right? Okay, AMSA IMU profile. Okay, next. Okay, this is our official website. This is our main homepage. Okay. Alright. So thank you so much for giving me your attention today. And then I hope you have a safe journey back home later. And then I hope you really enjoy this conference and really appreciate your effort for making this true. And hope to see you in next MyWHA. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Tong Ming-Hui, for your informative speech. So the past 3 days was a new experience for many of you. Some of you were afraid to talk, and we have received news from the chairs that everyone was really enthusiastic and actively participated. So whether it was moderated caucus session, asking point of information, making amendments to resolutions, and raising effective and stern points that helped the debate move to a very interesting pace.
One of the other aspects of the conference that the delegates were not expecting was the crisis, where we announced a sudden outbreak in the Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, a sudden outbreak which was Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, and watched the countries respond. The events that unfolded were very fruitful, as almost all the countries sprang into action to think of suitable short-term solutions and help contain the disease from spreading. This was very impressive, considering that the delegates were not prepared for the situation, but still delivered beyond what was expected of them.
So to recognize the efforts made by the delegates' achievements throughout the conference, we are recognizing 6 best speakers for the topic: malnutrition and stunted growth, premature mortality, migrant workers' occupational health and safety, crisis on Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome, substance abuse, and suicide.
We would like to welcome Dr. Arun Kumar on stage to present the first 2 awards. For the topic of malnutrition and stunted growth, the best speaker was Amendio Hotua Ernesto Nababan. the topic of premature mortality, the best speaker was Muhammad Iman Hon bin Shaharuddin Khan.
MyWHA, Regional Chairperson of AMSA Malaysia, to present the next two awards. MyWHA, Regional Chairperson of AMSA Malaysia, to present the next two awards. So for the topic of migrant workers' occupational health and safety, the Best Speaker Award goes to Jayaswini Sivakumar. Thank you. So for the crisis scenario, we would like to call upon Tavanishan Kunasekaran to receive his Best Speaker Award.
Thank you, Daddy.
Now I would like to call upon Director General Sandhya Muthukumar to present Ms. Thong Ming Wee the Appreciation Award from AMSA Malaysia. I'd also like to ask Sandhya to present the final awards. So for the topic of substance abuse, the best speaker goes to Lim Cohen. Next, for the topic of suicide, we would like to recognize Beverly Chia Zhao as the best speaker.
We would like to appreciate all the delegates who put in the efforts to participate, quoting the Director General fairly and forcefully. Of course, there was one delegate that stood up throughout this conference. She was able to remain calm, organized, and give logical solutions in rebuttal to all points raised against them. We would like to call upon Non Nabila binti Nasharuddin, delegate of Vietnam, to come and accept the overall Best Delegate Award. Now we will be having a vote of thanks by our Director General Sandhya Muthukumar.
Regional Chairperson of AMSA Malaysia, Ms. Tong Min-Hui, Dr. Arun Kumar, Executive Committee and Subcommittee, and the delegates. It is my utmost pleasure to give the vote of thanks on this beautiful day. A big thank you to Mr. Justin Victor for his efforts towards creating awareness on mental health and suicide. His speech definitely motivated many delegates to raise many important points on the topic of suicide. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for AMSA Malaysia, our platinum sponsor, for their constant support throughout the preparation of this conference. We're grateful for the effort taken by our mother organization in promoting the conference and giving the opportunity to many other students under other AMSA organizations to be part of this event. I would also like to thank our other sponsors, One World Hotel, Makota Medical Center, Infomed, Johnston, Apex Pharma, and Yakult. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Dr. Arun Kumar for supervising the entire progress of this conference, especially regarding the information policies and the conference decorum. Special mention to Ms. Jasita and Ms. MyWHA from the Student Services for helping the conference team finalize all logistics matters of this conference. We owe the success of this conference to the IMU staff. Ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. We have been working on this for the past 8 months. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We've been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues who know their job and are result-oriented. I cannot imagine what I would do without my fraternity, my family, the Committee of Malaysia World Health Assembly Simulation 2019, enough for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. And lastly, I'd like to thank all the delegates that came towards participating in this year's Malaysia World Health Assembly Simulation. I thank you all, and I hope you guys had a great, stimulating conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Director General Sandhya Muthukumar. Now we would like to call upon our Chief of Staff, MyWHA, and Head Chair, Mansi Thakkar, to initiate the gavel tap ceremony.
By the power vested in me as the Chief of Staff and the Head Chair, we hereby declare Malaysia World Health Assembly Simulation 2009.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right.
Okay, so finally, we would just like to thank our main sponsors, AMSA Malaysia, as well as One World Hotel, Mokota Medical Center, Infomed, Janssen, MPH Bookstores, Apex Pharma, and Yakult for their active support for this conference. We are beyond grateful for everyone's enthusiastic participation throughout this conference, and we are really looking forward to seeing everybody at Malaysia World Health Assembly Simulation 2020.